Maybe you've been wondering, when are we ever going to take care of the word boo and the lightning bolts that are hanging here? Well, we are going to take care of the lightning bolts by creating an animation so the lightning happens. To do that, in the rig workspace, we've got to locate that group. Now notice this was made in Illustrator, and I'm going to turn my mesh off here. This was made in Illustrator. 1, 2, and 3 are just the lightning bolt layers. They do have to be named layers. They can't be unnamed. And I always just name them with numbers. Then, once you select all of those and group them, you give the group a name. And this was all done in Illustrator ahead of time. So I have lightning bolts here. And now I'm going to assign them a behavior. So the behaviors icon, remember for the entire puppet is up here, but for just a particular group, you're going to find the plus sign in the behaviors column and click it. What we're going to say is cycle layers, which is going to add some options over in the properties on the right. You'll see behaviors, cycle layers. So right now there's some settings here, but it's set to start when triggered, and we haven't given it a trigger. So we have to do that next. So over here on the left-hand side, you have a triggers panel. You're going to drop the lightning bolt group to this panel and just click create trigger. You can also do it in that third column up there. When you say create trigger, to the left of the word, simply give it the keystroke you want to use. In my case, L for lightning bolt, and press enter to assign. Now we haven't really done anything yet, so let's just see what happens. If we go to record, there are no lightning bolts, and if we press and hold the L key, that happens. So it's kind of like, okay, it plays once. So let's go back to rig, make sure you're still on it, and over here on the right hand side we can set the behaviors. Start when triggered, perfect. We want it to start when triggered. Otherwise, if you say immediately, it's just going to constantly play. So start when triggered. For cycle, it's playing once. Let's just set it to play continuously so it cycles over and over and over again. And then so that it doesn't just go rah, rah, like so. You can't see me, so rah, rah. Here we go, L, L, L. Just so it doesn't completely do the same one, you can go ahead down here and tell it to go forward and reverse. So it plays this way, and then back, and then this way, and back. With these three flames being close, it's kind of hard to tell anyway. So it's right now set to advance every 1 frame. So it's going pretty fast. And maybe you like that, but you could make it take longer. So I could say, you know, wait for 5 frames or 10, and that's going to make the lightning bolt go slower. See, there's 5 frames. Okay, so there it moves. And that happens when you're pressing the keystroke that's assigned to the trigger. And that's basically it for a cycle animation. So 2 steps. 1, give it a behavior. You have to have a group. The layers have to be named. Numbers are perfect. 2nd, assign the trigger by either dragging it to the triggers panel or in this column, set a trigger here. And then you'll see where the trigger is assigned. Give it the letter that you want. Easy peasy.